concealed within a tractor trailer transporting produce. The truck was being driven by a 26-year-old Mexican national. The truck was referred for secondary inspection and scanned through a non-intrusive inspection system, such as you see here behind me. Anomalies were observed in the trailer's floor, specifically in the rear portion. A CBP canine team then performed a search and alerted to an odor that it has been trained to detect, emanating from the trailer. During the physical search, CBP officers discovered a non-factory compartment built under the trailer's floor, revealing numerous packages. Nearly 650 pounds of illegal drugs were removed that consisted of more than 100 packages of fentanyl, mainly in powder form, and of 10 of which were in pill form, with a weight of nearly 254 pounds and an estimated value of $3.5 million. This represents the largest fentanyl seizure in CBP history. Fentanyl is 80 to 100 times more powerful than morphine and an extremely strong opioid. It is said that a quarter milligram, or the size of a few grains of salt of fentanyl, which is a dangerous opioid, can kill a person very quickly. This amount of fentanyl our CBP officers prevented from entering our country equates to an unmeasurable, dangerous amount of an opioid that could have harmed so many families. This did not happen on CBP's watch. In addition, officers removed more than 300 packages of methamphetamine, which weighed almost 395 pounds and worth an estimated value of $1.18 million. The methamphetamine represents the third largest seizure of that drug within the Arizona ports of entry. Combined, these dangerous drugs we seized are worth an estimated $4.6 million. The driver of the vehicle was arrested and charged with 2 counts of 21 U.S.C. 841, possession with intent to distribute, and is currently in federal custody. Opioids are a real danger to every community in America and are having fatal consequences in many cases. This past weekend, our CBP officers were able to stop an enormous amount of opioids and dangerous narcotics from hitting our streets. I want to express my gratitude to the CBP officers involved in this case and all of the Port of Nogales personnel who selfishly perform their duties with dedication, vigilance, and professionalism, 24/7 by 365, even during difficult times, such as our funding hiatus. At this time, I would like to introduce you to the Juan Mariscal, the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Nogales Homeland Security Office. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Juan Mariscal. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge for the Homeland Security Investigations Nogales office here in Arizona, in Nogales, Arizona. I'd like to quickly thank OFO and the Port Director for hosting this news conference that highlights our coordinated efforts between our sister agencies. As you're aware, this is an HSI ongoing investigation, so my remarks will be limited, but what I can say is that this arrest and drug seizure, like so many others, is a true testament as to how our agencies work together to ensure that these deadly drugs don't make their way into our communities. 1 kilogram of fentanyl produces 1 million fatal doses. As the agency's investigative arms charged with enforcing a myriad of criminal violations, HSI special agents are fully committed to investigate all involved in this case and disrupt and dismantle the smuggling organization. As in this case, where the truck driver was arrested, everyone else involved will also be charged and presented for prosecution to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Tucson, Arizona. As it stands now, the driver of the vehicle is being held in custody, and as Mr. Humphrey said, he's being charged with 2 counts of 21 U.S.C. 841, possession with intent. and is currently in federal custody. No other arrests have been made so far. However, my agents are continuing with the investigation. I'd like to congratulate CBP, my colleagues here at CBP, for making the largest fentanyl seizure in CBP history. Well done, and HSI is proud to work alongside all of you. Thank you.
We'll go ahead and open that up to Q&A. So if anybody would like any specific questions, Mr. Smith?
Is there a typical method that you find for delivering out drugs like this, big drugs like marijuana, typical methods and places where you would find them?
Thank you. Yes, we have compartments. Usually, all narcotics seized here at the port of entry is in a concealed compartment, either a natural compartment or a man-made aftermarket compartment. We've seen this type of compartment before that this load was in false floor on several different occasions.
Are you more likely to see very high value powder drugs like this than marijuana reports?
Over the years, the last few years, marijuana has decreased, and hard narcotics and opioids such as fentanyl has increased, is what we're seeing.
Director Humphreys, can you do a quick math for us? How many trucks come through this port of entry? How many are scanned? And of those numbers that are scanned, do you have an idea percentage-wise of how many you find are carrying illegal substances?
So I don't have the exact numbers, but at this time of year, which is getting into our busy time of year, we're getting over 1,500 trucks a day. We have what is called a layered enforcement. So we use intelligence, we use targeting, we use our NII, our canines, our officer intuition, and we study the documents, the actions or the reactions of the drivers to interview questions. And then we go, based off of that, we go either to secondary for an offload, off to non-intrusive inspection for a scan, or to canine. I don't have those exact numbers, but Ms. Mall can get you closer to a number than I can get you.
So the vehicles are not scanned unless they go into secondary?
Some are scanned and then released. It depends. Again, it starts with the officer on primary, what his feeling is, what the crossing history is, what the commodity is. Some are automatic referrals, such as some produce need to be inspected for various pests. So it's a variety of things. We call it a layered enforcement.
And finally, how many of these vehicles do you have and how much do they cost?
Teresa, we'll get back to you with the cost on those.
Somebody else? Yes, Mr. Beck?
Is there one thing that the secondary that spotted or something done? Is there one thing that
So because this case is under investigation by HSI, there's a continuing investigation. I really can't go further than the vehicle was referred to secondary for inspection and was run through an NII unit, and a canine was run on it.
you said there was more to the investigation. What else is more needs to be done, I guess?
Well, there's follow-up. They run everything back, and maybe HSI. Would you have any other comments on that?
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
When you said there was some more to the investigation that you guys are looking at, people in Mexico, what do you guys do?
Because it's an ongoing investigation, we can't really disclose any of that. Yes, ma'am.
What does the size and the types of drugs tell you of the organized criminal organization? I guess about the criminal organization behind this. What, when you see something this big, based on past experience,
It's a well-organized organization that they know what they're doing.
why do you say that?
Just the amount and the way they were trying to conceal the drugs.
Other than fentanyl, what was this truck carrying?
Go ahead, Mr. Humphreys.
So this truck was carrying 10 packages of fentanyl pills. It was carrying about 100 packages of fentanyl, and I believe 395 or 300.
Over 300.
over 300 packages of methamphetamines.
What was it supposed to be carrying? I mean, what
Well, it was carrying produce. In the interior of the trailer, there was produce, cucumbers. In the compartment underneath the floor of the trailer was this that you see here.
Somebody else? Yes.
¿Qué representa este cargamento tan peligroso para la niñez y los jóvenes de Estados Unidos?
¿Para los qué?
Jóvenes y los Estados
Sí.
Unidos.
Pues este fentanilo es muy peligroso. Quitando o preveniendo tanto entrar en los Estados Unidos es gran. Nunca hemos decomisado una cantidad así de fentanilo. Es un récord en nuestra agencia.
¿Qué mensaje manda este decomiso para carteles como el de Sinaloa y otros que son muy organizados?
Pues nosotros estamos organizados también, tenemos tecnología, tenemos los perros, tenemos los oficiales y todos han dedicado a prevenir la entrada de drogas de fuera de los Estados Unidos.
Can you say that in English as to the message you're sending out to those cartels in Mexico? What's the message?
Well, the question said that the cartels are organized, and my answer was we're organized as well, and we'll use all our resources to prevent the entry of dangerous narcotics into the United States. Our officers, our technology, our canines, and everything we can to throw back at them.
¿Puede explicar en español en qué venía ese cargamento? ¿Qué tipo de tráiler? ¿Y en dónde?
So, el tráiler venía con pepinos adentro, tenía un compartimento en el fondo y el compartimento tenía 254 libras de fentanilo y 395 libras de metanfetaminas.
El individuo que arrestaron tenía otros antecedentes.
No podemos hablar del el que arrestaron porque es bajo de investigación todavía.
¿Qué valor tiene esta droga en el mercado negro?
Es como 4.6 millones de dólares.
Right now, the conversation about drugs coming into the United States is largely focused on the expensive entry to possible entry. What would you like people who are not familiar with the border to know, based on what happened today, about the role that the ports of entry play when we talk about our drugs coming into our country?
So I believe the facts are reversed. Most hard narcotics seized in CBP are at the ports of entry. And that's the case here. Is, they like to use vehicles with hidden compartments that they're able to track, say, instead of between ports of entry. That's my opinion.
Anyone else? Go ahead.
Can you say anything about the investigation of possible charges in this case, like the fact that recently a lot of drivers who were caught with drugs coming across had their charges dropped after they said they were unaware of the area?
Because it's an ongoing investigation, we can't comment.
I need to, Teresa, I need to acknowledge, I never acknowledged Mr. Linders.
And just for the record, we do have Mr. Guadalupe Ramirez here, who's the Director of Field Operations. We're going to go ahead and take a couple of last questions. So who else has? Yes.
¿Podría decirnos algo de lo que pasó en español?
Pues nosotros somos los investigadores del departamento. Entonces, como es una investigación que está corriente, estamos investigando el decomiso y a ver, la organización no puedo hablar mucho sobre eso.
¿Qué tan usual es que este tipo de drogas crucen por estos garitos?
Disculpe. Pues pasa frecuente, pero como dijo el señor Humphreys, nosotros también estamos organizados, estamos coordinando entre los agentes que están en la línea, las investigaciones, las diferentes agencias que trabajan, con que trabajamos, no más federales, pero estatales y locales, y trayendo todos los esfuerzos para combatir el narcotráfico.
¿Qué destino tiene esta droga? ¿Qué es lo que hacen ustedes físicamente?
Pues ahorita esta droga está detenida como evidencia para el caso que está yendo por el juzgado.
Sabemos que cierto esta droga es controlada por medicina o para pacientes. ¿Esta droga qué destino tiene en el futuro?
Esta droga va a ser destruida.
Okay, somebody else, please, because we have one last question. Mr. Carranza.
Can you give us any sense of your feeling that whether this particular seizure of attempted smuggling event was influenced by the fact that there was a government shutdown just a few weeks before, whether the shutdown had any role in whether you believe that they attempted to smuggle such a large amount of drugs?
I don't have anything to support that, and the smugglers, they stop. They don't stop. They continue to smuggle whether the government is open or not. It doesn't matter what time of day, or they continue with their operations just like as we do.
Okay, everybody, that concludes the press conference. Thank you again for coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys are my envelope pushers. It's right there. There you go.
I was struggling with something. She was getting stuff. I was trying to catch her and see she's. Oh no, she's back.
said just